You ready? Welcome to the Fairfield April 22nd Mayor and Council meeting. We will come to order at 7:03. We are being broadcast on channels 34 and 43 and the Township's YouTube channel, the Township of Fairfield, Essex. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mayor, notice of this meeting is in compliance with the Open Public Meetings Act, Chapter 231 of the laws of 1975, and has been given by posting a notice of the scheduled date and time in the meeting time of all the conference and regular meetings of the Mayor and Council of the Township of Fairfield on the bulletin board in the municipal building and in the office of the municipal clerk, and by serving notice thereof to the Progress and Herald newspaper on December 21st, 2023.
Thank you. Please call the roll, Denise.
Councilman McGlynn.
Here.
Councilman Campisi.
Here.
Councilman LaForgia.
Here.
Council President Cifelli.
Here.
Mayor Galise.
Here. Public comment session. Anyone wishing to be heard on anything referable to tonight's agenda, please come forward, state your name and address for the record. Seeing no one, will close that portion. Tonight we have two proclamations. I'd like to have our council president read the first. It's an emergency medical services week from 5/19 to 5/25, and I'd like him to read the proclamation. Anytime, Joe.
Okay. Proclamation to designate the week of May 19th through 25th, 2024 as Emergency Medical Services Week. Whereas emergency medical services are a vital public service, and whereas the West Essex First Aid Squad was formed in 1937 and serves the towns of Caldwell, Essex, Fells, Fairfield, North Caldwell, and West Caldwell. And whereas the members of the West Essex First Aid Squad are ready to provide life-saving care to those in need 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And whereas access to quality out-of-hospital care dramatically improves the survival and the recovery rate of those who experience sudden illness or injury. And whereas the West Essex First Aid Squad consists of a group of highly trained volunteers from all walks of life, united by the purpose of helping residents of their community in their time of need and at no charge. And whereas the members of the West Essex First Aid Squad engage in thousands of thousands of hours of specialized training and continuing education to enhance their life-saving skills. And whereas it is appropriate to recognize the value and the accomplishments of the West Essex First Aid Squad by designating Emergency Medical Services Week, and therefore be it resolved that the Township of Fairfield, County of Essex, and State of New Jersey, on behalf of Mayor Galise and the council members, declare their support and in recognition of this event, to hereby proclaim the week of May 19th through 25th, 2024 as Emergency Medical Services Week.
Very good. Captain Sutherland is, okay. We'd like to present this to you.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you.
Thank you,
guys do a great
Councilman.
job.
Thank you.
Thank you for what you do.
Thank you for reading that. Thanks to all of the council for recognizing us.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you for your service.
Yeah, come on up, folks. Come on up, folks. Come on there. Thank you very much. don't worry about it, it's not a problem. I got it.
Hold on, Gail. Hold on. Gail's got to sneak in there.
All right.
Gary wears the MS shirt for the occasion.
Mayor, thanks again. We really appreciate that. Well, and you have, you only have one duty crew here, Mayor. The other crew's out already.
Okay, yeah.
I was in Bureau to grab the crew before they went anywhere. Thank you again to all.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for your service.
You guys do a great job, and it's the least we could do. Okay, Councilman Campisi.
Yes, so we have a proclamation here for National Autism Acceptance Month for April of 2024. So whereas autism is a developmental disorder affecting the social, communication, and behavioral abilities of those by it, and whereas more children and adults are being diagnosed on the autism spectrum, resulting in rates of 1 in 36 children nationally and 1 in 35 in New Jersey. And whereas while there is no cure for autism, it is well documented that if individuals with autism receive intensive treatment early and needed, they will lead to significantly improved lives. And whereas individuals with autism often requires a lifetime of specialized and community support services to ensure their health and safety and to support families' resilience as they manage the psychological and financial burden autism can present. Whereas Autism New Jersey is in its 25th year of spearheading an awareness effort in order to educate parents, professionals, and general public about autism and its effects. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the mayor and council of the Township of Fairfield, County of Essex, State of New Jersey, to hereby proclaim April 2024 as National Autism Acceptance Month in the Township of Fairfield and urge all employees and residents to participate in our municipality's National Autism Acceptance Month activities in order to become better educated about autism and create a more welcome community for individuals with autism.
Thank you, Peter.
Okay.
We have Stephen Filippo with us here tonight, who has been involved for many years in a terrific cause, and it's the least we can do again. So
I appreciate it. Thank you, Mayor,
All right.
and thank you,
All right.
everybody.
Thanks, Steve.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Take care.
Right behind me when this month comes around, and
Right.
again, grateful for your kind words and for your support too. Thank you, Peter.
Okay.
Okay. That will bring us to communications. I have some communications from the police department tonight. I know Chief's probably going to say something more on it, but we did have an issue over the weekend. What was Saturday, was it, Gar? And there was a fire at an animal boarding facility. 46 dogs were at risk. Our police and our fire department were able to save all 46 dogs at the risk of their own health and safety, which really shows something. We always say it, and we still believe it. We have the best first responders in the state. This is just one example of why we keep championing them at every opportunity. So thank you again, Chief, and thank the fire department. You guys do a terrific job. Now, I have some announcements from the police department. Steak and Scotch night on Thursday night. The Police Foundation will be holding a steak and Scotch dinner at the Franklin Steakhouse. coinciding with the NFL Draft Night. Tickets are still available and can be obtained by contacting Lieutenant R.J. Casandino at the Police Department. All proceeds benefit the Fairfield Police Foundation. Within the last month, Officers James Champy, Jason Sickles, and Detective Michael Tilton, all members of the department's emergency response team, became certified in swift water rescue operations. They now join 4 other ERT members with this certification. The cost of the training and the purchase of the specialized suit and equipment needed for the officers was approximately $12,000, and it was paid for by the Police Foundation. So that's a good reason to get a couple of tickets for the Steak and Scotch Night. They really do a good job. Operation Take Back. It's once again that time of year when the DEA, the local law enforcement, and those groups engage in the prevention and treatment of those with substance abuse and problems, abuse problems, ask the public to participate in Operation Take Back, which will be taking place statewide on Saturday, April 27th, between the hours of 8 a.m. and 2 p.m. Everyone is asking to bring any and all unwanted or expired prescriptions to the lobby of the police headquarters, where they will be collected and properly destroyed. The police department has secured a box in the lobby headquarters, and they will accept unwanted medications 24 hours a day. Upcoming Law Enforcement Week, National Police Week, a time when the country honors all those law enforcement officers who made the ultimate sacrifice, will be taking place between May 12th and 18th. One of the paramount events during this week is the annual Police Unity Tour, an over 300-mile bicycle ride to Washington, D.C., which promotes awareness of these sacrifices and also raises donations to the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial. This year, the Fairfield Doubletree Hotel will serve as the starting point for Chapter 1 on Thursday, May 9th at approximately 9 a.m. Riders from police departments from as far as Tennessee, Las Vegas, and even Israel are expected to join the 8 Fairfield police officers who will be participating this year. Kudos to those guys, Gary. That's not an easy thing to do, and we always find officers every year who step up and do it. Okay, as far as the library goes tonight, we're having our sign replaced, so everybody who's complaining about the sign not working, we're working on it. We're just okayed the replacement, and it should be completed shortly. They are posting a job at the library for a part-time adult programs coordinator. Anyone interested, please contact the Fairfield Free Public Library. And that's all I have tonight. Council President Cifelli.
Okay, Mayor, thank you. I have nothing on from the OEM, and just have to mention one thing from finance. The Blue Books, the senior, I'm sorry, excuse me, the senior tax freeze booklets that we've ordered from the state still are not in. If you need them, just keep checking with the finance department. As soon as we get them, we'll get them out to you. And that's all I have, Mayor.
Okay, thank you, Joe. Councilman LaForgia.
Mayor, a couple of items on the planning board. We are meeting tomorrow night. We have a couple of applications to go through. For recreation, I have a couple of items. Number one is that the deadline to register for camp is May 31st. You can do that through the Community Pass website. It's important that if you're going to do camp, that you make sure you register. Any registration after May 31st goes on a waiting list. And camp has been filling up for the past few years. Right. And so if you're interested in signing up your child, it's important to go and do that. The afternoon sessions are limited to 75 children. So if you're interested in the afternoon program, again, you're urged when as soon as it's opened up, the registration opens up on Community Pass, to get out and do that. If you have any questions about it, you can call the information. It has been posted on the recreation website, and it's open for children entering kindergarten through the 6th grade in the fall of this year. So that's the registration period for that. We have the West Essex Parade, the coming up on Memorial Day, and our own Tom Paterno is going to be the Grand Marshal. Tom served in the Army after graduating Montclair State, which then was called Panzer College. And he's a 30-year member of the Knights of Columbus, teacher, athletic director, and coach in Passaic Valley High School. And again, it's a well-deserved honor for one of our residents. After the parade ceremonies up on Bloomfield Avenue, I'm sure the veterans, that the VFW has their honoring ceremony over at the hall on Plymouth Street. So, and finally, Mayor, we spoke earlier and just mentioned there are a couple of, we had the opening day for baseball, softball last Friday night. Everybody was there. It was an amazing event. That event was sponsored by the combined booster clubs for baseball and softball, and they did an amazing job. There are over 24 teams in the rec program with almost 300 children participating.
Yeah, it was a great turnout, yeah.
It was an amazing turnout. Now, there's been some talk about, one more thing here before we get into that. Our July celebration, just to mark it down, our 4th of July fireworks display will be on July 2nd. So, we also had the Easter egg hunt going on.
My goodness.
My, busy couple of weeks, my goodness. The Easter egg hunt, which had over 400 Easter baskets distributed by the Easter Bunnies Associates. So those were busy days. I just want to mention very briefly that there's a few little issues with our traveling teams, with the West Essex traveling teams. There's a couple of things going on with the Little League and the Cal Ripken and the other things. It's the travel teams. They're working differences out. It does not affect our rec teams. That's the important thing.
Right.
Our rec team and our rec programs are solid and moving along as they always have. So more will come out on that as the issues are resolved, but they will be resolved.
And we always encourage the children to play rec ball, even if they do play others. Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that is all I have,
That's,
Mayor.
and I'm glad you didn't bring up the first pitch.
Oh, the one that flew over the backstop? No, I thought we'd leave that out.
Yeah,
Mayor.
okay. Councilman McGlynn?
Okay, Mayor. Since our last meeting, the volunteer fire department responded to 40 calls. From April 9th to April 13th, they provided coverage to North Caldwell due to some equipment issues. During that time, they responded to a motor vehicle accident with an entrapment. On April the 12th, they responded to a entrapment on Route 80. And on the 20th, this past Saturday, they responded to 1275 Bloomfield Avenue. Upon arrival there, they saw heavy smoke. It was coming from the K-9 resorts and rescues of the dogs from the inside was started immediately. They were able to get all the dogs out. They're set at approximately 50 dogs inside. The incident was upgraded to a 3-alarm fire due to the issue with the dogs. So they needed additional resources. And luckily, they were able to remove the dogs successfully. No one got hurt on the volunteer fire department. Unfortunately, I know one of the police officers had an issue with smoke inhalation, but I'm glad to hear that he's doing well right now and that everything's okay. And again, I'm going to remind our residents that our fire department is a volunteer department. It's not a paid department. And when we were spending our Saturday night doing whatever we wanted to do, they had to respond to this fire, and they do that all the time. So I like to point that out because a lot of times people think that they're a paid department. No, they're all volunteers. And again, we have the best responders, first responders in the state. I agree with our mayor on that, whether it be our police department or our volunteer fire department. So that's my report.
Okay, thank you, Michael. Councilman Campese?
Thank you, Mayor. So, Wednesday, May 15th, we're going to have the senior luncheon at the Doubletree Hotel at 11:30, starting at 11:30, and it will end at 2. Always a very fun event. And then we also, in the next week or two, we're going to have another meeting with the Municipal Alliance to nail down our movie in the park night, which is right now scheduled for Friday, June 7th. So more information will be coming out on that. And Environmental Commission, I have no new report.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you, Peter. Approval of the March 25th, 2024 regular meeting minutes. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Councilman Cifelli,
Second.
Councilman Campese.
Council President Cifelli.
Aye.
Councilman Campese.
Aye.
Councilman McGlynn.
Aye.
Councilman LaForgia.
No vote.
Mayor Galise.
Aye. Okay, first reading and hearing of ordinance number 2024-07. It's an ordinance of the Township of Fairfield, Essex County, New Jersey, amending Chapter 3, Police Regulations of the Township Code. This is just an update toward our towing and storage ordinance. May I have a motion to introduce if there are no questions or concerns?
Don't move.
Councilman Campese, Councilman LaForgia.
Councilman Campese.
Aye.
Councilman LaForgia.
Aye.
Councilman McGlynn.
Aye.
Council President Cifelli.
Aye.
Mayor Galise.
Aye. Second reading, Denise, will be
Tuesday, May 28th.
Tuesday, May 28th. Thank you. Okay, ordinance 2024-06, an ordinance to fix salaries and other compensation of the municipal offices and employees of the Township of Fairfield. May I have a motion to open to the public?
So moved.
Second.
Councilman Campese, Councilman Cifelli.
Councilman Campese.
Aye.
Council President Cifelli.
Aye.
Councilman McGlynn.
Aye.
Councilman LaForgia.
Aye.
Mayor Galise.
Aye. Anyone wishing to comment on this ordinance, please come forward, state your name and address for the record. Seeing no one, may I have a motion to close the public portion of the hearing?
So moved.
Councilman McGlynn,
Second.
Councilman LaForgia.
Councilman McGlynn.
Aye.
Councilman LaForgia.
Aye.
Councilman Campese.
Aye.
Council President Cifelli.
Aye.
Mayor Galise.
Aye. If there are no questions, comments, or concerns, may I have a motion to adopt ordinance 2024-06?
So moved.
Councilman Cifelli.
Second.
Councilman Campese.
Council President Cifelli.
Aye.
Councilman Campese.
Aye.
Councilman McGlynn.
Aye.
Councilman LaForgia.
Aye.
Mayor Galise.
Aye. Okay, consent agenda. Administration Department Resolution A, resolution to ratify, confirm, and authorize the execution of a settlement agreement in connection with the litigation filed by Santander Consumer USA entitled Santander Consumer USA v. Township of Fairfield and Camp Auto and Truck Parts, doing business as Camp Auto and Truck. B, authorization to amend and adopt the Township of Fairfield Policy and Procedure Manual and Employee Handbook for the year 2024. C, authorization to renew the cleaning contract for the municipal, police, fire, DPW, and recreation buildings with AAA Facility Solutions in the amount of $6,000 per month, effective April 15th, 2024. D, authorizing the purchase of computer equipment for the Administration Department and Municipal Clerk's Office from CDWG in the amount of $4,418. E, authorization to renew a service agreement with Open Systems Integrators for security upgrades in the amount of $2,183.10. Engineering Department Resolution F, accepting performance bond 234231-7MB from DLS Contracting for the 2023 road resurfacing program in the amount of $30,081.07. Fire Department Resolution G, authorization to perform maintenance and repairs on 3 fire engines from Fire Safety and Services in the amount of $13,134.16. Fire Prevention Resolution H, authorization to increase Alberto Garcia's work hours in the Fire Prevention Department. Office of Emergency Management I, authorizing the purchase of smart weather alerting system from Everbridge in the amount of $5,395.84. Police Department Resolution J, authorization for 2 detectives to attend training from Searchee Acquisition Company in the amount of $1,300. K, authorization to purchase radar units from R&R Radar in the amount of $1,980. L, authorizing the purchase of graphics and details for police vehicles number 412, 414, and 415 from Advanced Graphics in the amount of $2,422.50. Item M, authorizing the renewal of policy subscription, including training from Power DMS in the amount of $5,669.47. Item N, authorization to renew annual software support from Porter Lee Corporation for the Detective Bureau in the amount of $1,185. Item O, authorization to accept the donation of a trailer from the Fairfield Police Foundation. Public Works Resolution P, authorization to purchase water meters from Core & Main in the amount of $2,400. Item Q, authorization to purchase 1 2024 Ford Super Duty truck from Nielsen Ford of Morristown in the amount of $92,898.14. Item R, authorization to purchase parts for DPW leaf machine from Timmerman Equipment Company in the amount of $2,520.63. S, authorization to repair police vehicle number 407 from Schumacher Chevrolet Auto Group in the total amount of $1,662.31. T, authorization to hire A&C Plumbing and Heating for repairs at the Recreation Barn in the amount of $3,500. Recreation Department Resolutions U, authorizing to increase the 2024 pay rate for basketball scorekeepers, camp counselors, and supervisors. V, authorization to purchase baseball uniforms from Lizar Sporting Goods in the amount of $11,150.60. Item W, authorization to recondition Recreation's football helmets from USA Team Sales in the amount of $2,601.50. Item X, authorization to renew Community Pass Capture Point membership with SHI in the amount of $6,274.06. Item Y, authorization to amend resolutions 2024-199 relating to tree removal from Steve's Tree Service in the revised amount of $5,500. Item Z, authorization to amend resolution 2024-200 relating to tree removal from Arbor Care Tree Service in the revised amount $200. Tax collector resolutions double A through double W. Municipal clerk resolutions double X. Approval to renew a limousine license to New Jersey Limo Bus for the year 2024-2025. Double Y, approval to renew a limousine license to America's Best Limousine for the year 2024-2025. Double Z, approval to renew a limousine license to A-Class Limo Car Service for the year 2024-2025. And Triple A, approval of an off-premise 50/50 raffle for Save the Animals Rescue Team on September 22nd, 2024. If there are no questions, comments, or concerns, may I have a motion to approve the consent agenda as stated?
So moved.
Councilman McGlynn,
Second.
Councilman Campese.
Councilman McGlynn.
Aye.
Councilman Campese.
Aye.
Councilman LaForgia.
Aye.
Council President Sefeli.
Aye.
Mayor Galise.
Aye. Councilman Sefeli?
Mr. McCluskey, our Chief Financial Officer, has certified that the funds are available. I'd like to make a motion to pay the bills, with the exception of bill number 24-00807, in the amount of $10,635,564.91.
Second.
Councilman Sefeli, Councilman LaForgia.
Council President Sefeli.
Aye.
Councilman LaForgia.
Aye.
Councilman McGlynn.
Aye.
Councilman Campese.
Aye.
Mayor Galise.
Aye.
I'd like to make a motion to pay bill number 24-00807.
So moved.
Council-
Second.
Council President Sefeli.
Aye.
Councilman McGlynn.
Aye.
Councilman Campese.
Aye.
Councilman LaForgia.
Aye.
Mayor Galise.
No vote. Okay, brings us to written communications. Do we have anything this month for written communications? No? Unfinished business? Any unfinished business? Anyone?
Yes, I have something that I wanted to mention. I wanted to thank, when I talked about first responders before, I'm looking right here at our EMS workers, and I just want to thank you guys also and include you in that description. When I talk about first responders, you're first responders too. So I would feel remiss tonight if I didn't clarify that. So thank you for being there the other night and for the services that you provided. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Michael.
Okay.
Okay, new business? Public comment, you have something, Gary?
Okay, thank you. A couple of items that I want to make the council and the public aware of. During the early morning hours of Saturday, April 21st, at approximately 2:48 a.m., we experienced another occupied residential burglary in which the suspects entered the residence through an unlocked side window after having forcibly removed the window screen. The fob to a 2024 BMW X7M was found inside the home and the vehicle was stolen. We are again trying to advise our residents to ensure that all doors and windows are locked every night, and that if you have a security alarm, that you activate it. We are also telling our residents if they would like our community service unit to come out and take a look at their home and give them some suggestions as to better security, we would gladly do that. They just need to contact the police department and arrange for a time. I would also like to emphasize just how important it is for our citizens to remain alert and engaged in what's going on in their neighborhood. Here are just two recent examples of how alert citizens made a difference. Just last month from this podium, I informed the public of our ongoing battle with criminals engaged in mail theft. I spoke on how in approximately 2 years, the Fairfield community experienced an aggregate loss of over $500,000 as a result of this activity. Then on April 4th, an alert Glenroy Road South resident observed a vehicle with out-of-state license plates driving up to mailboxes and taking things out. He immediately contacted the police, and our officers were able to locate the vehicle and ultimately arrest 2 suspects. During the course of the investigation, detectives executed search warrants and ultimately recovered 72 stolen checks from up and down the East Coast, 3 of which belonged to Fairfield residents. They also recovered computers, printers, and blank check paper used to make fraudulent checks. Had this citizen not called, how many more victims would there have been?
Right.
And as most of you, you all highlighted this, but as most of you are now aware, on Saturday night, we experienced a fire in an industrial building that has multiple businesses located in it. One of these businesses was the Canine Resort, a dog boarding facility. A short catastrophe was averted because of a few things. First and foremost, 2 alert citizens noticed smoke coming from the building and immediately called 911. Next, the Fairfield Police Department and other law enforcement officers from several neighboring towns came and responded and entered the facility and immediately began evacuation efforts. Finally, the Fairfield Fire Department and firefighters from around the area completed the canine evacuation and quickly found the source of the fire and extinguished it with minimal damage to the structure. As you stated, all 46 dogs that were in the facility were successfully rescued. Now ask yourself, if the original citizen callers were not paying attention and did not call 911, would there have been a different outcome? Community engagement and community eyes and ears are paramount for the police department to do its job. While we can patrol streets and we could be everywhere all the time, we can't. It just is impossible. So knowing what's not right in your neighborhood and calling us immediately is so important, and we encourage that. Thank you.
Great point, Chief.
Excellent point.
You guys are very limited in number, and the 7,800 or so residents really should help out and be aware. If you see something, call. I know your guys don't mind. They would rather get the call than get it later after something happens. So we encourage that. I think, let's see, where are we? Public comment. Do we have executive tonight at all?
We do.
We do, okay. Well, the next meeting of the mayor and council will be Tuesday, May 28th, 2024 at 7 p.m. in these council chambers. May I have a motion to adjourn to public?
Let me, if I can,
Yes.
just read the, whereas Section 8 of the Open Public Meetings Act, NJSA 10:4-12, permits the exclusion of the public from a meeting of the mayor and council in certain circumstances. And whereas the mayor and council of the Township of Fairfield are of the opinion that such circumstances exist, now therefore be resolved by the mayor and council of the Township of Fairfield, County of Essex, State of New Jersey, that the public shall be excluded from discussion of any action on the closed session of the meeting of the mayor and council of April 22nd of 2024. The general nature of the subject matter to be discussed in executive session.
Litigation?
It is anticipated at this time that the above stated subject matter will be made public as soon thereafter as it is deemed in the public interest to do so, and this resolution shall take effect immediately.
Thank you. And I am remiss, I didn't ask if there was any more public comment. Anyone wishing to be heard? Okay, seeing none, we'll close the public portion.
Motion to adjourn to
Motion-
executive?
Motion to adjourn from Councilman LaForgia.
Second,
Before we do though.
Yes.
The council, since it does have a resolution before it to adjourn into executive session, the council should vote on that resolution to adopt that resolution, and then it can proceed to adjourn the meeting.
That's what.
So Councilman LaForgia made a motion to adjourn into executive
into
session.
executive.
That's fine.
okay,
That's fine.
and I seconded it.
Okay.
Councilman LaForgia.
Aye.
Councilman McGlynn.
Aye.
Councilman Campese.
Aye.
Council President Cifelli.
Aye.
Mayor Galise.
Aye. Thank you, everyone.